Have you ever heard the term white rabbit? Many think it's just an online cultural reference, but recently I experienced something that changed my life forever. It all started one late night when I opened my browser, searching for something mysterious to read before bed. It turned out to be the biggest mistake of my life. Scrolling through an online forum, I stumbled upon a post that read, "Follow the white rabbit and you'll find answers." My curiosity got the better of me, and I clicked the link attached. That's where the horror began. The link led me to what appeared to be an abandoned website. The homepage displayed a crudely drawn rabbit. But every time I tried to close the tab, whispers from my computer speakers would say, "Don't leave." Chilled to the bone, I couldn't help but keep exploring. The next page was a video of bizarre experiments. A figure in a wolf mask was reading a book silently. There was no narration, but I began to feel as though someone was watching me. Soon, a pop-up appeared on the screen. "Where are you?" My name was typed into the message, which horrified me. Panicked, I tried shutting down my computer, but the videos kept playing. I started noticing a pattern in the video captions. It was a code that led me deeper into the site. This path revealed content seemingly tied to secret organizations and unethical experiments. Strange sounds began echoing in my room even when I muted my computer. It made me wonder if something else was in the dark room with me. I had to stop. I couldn't sleep that night. By the second night, I started seeing faint shadows pass behind my screen. On the final night before I decided to wipe my computer, I received an email from an anonymous sender. Its subject line simply read, "Welcome to the shadows." My name is Jake, a 28-year-old software developer. During my free time, I explore the internet, diving into the obscure corners of the digital world. While most of it is harmless, sometimes I stumble upon places no one should ever find. One night, I came across a mysterious link on an obscure forum. There was no explanation, just the words, "Don't click if you're not brave enough." Curiosity got the better of me. The link led to a plain website with a single question. "Do you believe in what you see?" When I hit start, I was bombarded with eerie images and videos. Some seemed like recordings of unexplained events, while others contained distorted voices speaking in a language I didn't understand. It was both fascinating and terrifying. Soon I found myself in a chat room filled with cryptic text and audio messages. They spoke of something called the underlying truth, hinting at a deeper, sinister aspect of the internet. Some claimed it was the shadow of the web no one could truly uncover. The next day, I searched for the site on Google but found nothing. It was as if it had been erased. That night, I received a cryptic text message from an unknown number. "You're on the right path, but you're not there yet." I decided to stop, but stopping wasn't easy. Unexplainable files started appearing on my computer, images and messages I'd never seen, accompanied by faint whispers from my speakers. It felt like a warning to return. Eventually, I couldn't resist. I revisited the site, only to find a new screen displaying a photo of me in my office. It was taken from an angle impossible unless someone had been there. I shut everything down immediately, but the escape was futile. Ads, strange pop-ups, and messages that seemed to address me directly kept appearing whenever I went online. Now, I've quit the internet entirely, but the whispers haven't stopped. I don't know what I stumbled into, but I've learned one thing. Seeking the truth online can lead you to places you were never meant to find. My name is Eric, and I'm 28 years old. I've always had a knack for exploring obscure corners of the internet, from forgotten forums to abandoned online games. But I've never regretted a click as much as I did that night. One evening, I stumbled upon a website called Raven's Nest with a tagline that read, "The truth is here." Intrigued, I decided to explore. The site was unnerving. Just a pitch-black background with slow-scrolling text that read, "When you stare into the dark stares back at you." The site had countless links, but none seemed to lead anywhere except to blurry photos of people staring directly at the camera. Every image felt as though the subject's eyes were fixed on me. A few minutes in, my webcam turned on by itself. The screen showed my own face with text below it. You are now part of it. I panicked and tried to turn the camera off, but every control was unresponsive. In a fit of terror, I yanked the power cord from the computer. The next day, strange things began happening. I received an email from an unnamed sender with an attachment, a video of me sitting at my computer the night before. A whispering voice in the video said, "You've seen us, now we see you." I started having nightmares. In them, I saw shadowy, humanoid figures approaching me every night. They never spoke, but their glowing eyes bore into me, as if waiting for something. Soon, my daily life began to unravel. I felt watched everywhere I went, whether at home or at work. I confided in a friend who suggested wiping my computer. But no matter what I did, the link to the site always reappeared. One night, I woke up to find my bedroom door ajar. I was certain I had locked it before bed. As I stepped out to investigate, I saw black footprints leading to my computer. The link to Raven's Nest was open on the screen again. This time, it displayed a live feed of what looked like my own home, filmed from an unseen corner. When I tried calling for help, every call was interrupted by whispering voices repeating, "We are waiting for you." I don't know what it wants, but I know it will never let me go. And every time I close my eyes, it's there, watching me from the shadows. Hi, I'm Daniel, a 29-year-old freelance programmer. I love exploring the internet for unique and mysterious content. One day, while browsing a small, obscure forum, I stumbled upon an unnamed, descriptionless link. It seemed almost like it was waiting for someone to click on it. I should have known better, but curiosity got the better of me. When I clicked the link, it led to a site called Silent Voices. The page was bare, no banners, no menus, just a black background and a 10-second video. I played the video. It showed a shadowy figure walking down a deserted street. Everything was silent except for the sound of deliberate, heavy footsteps. A chill ran down my spine, and I decided to close the page, but the video froze and text appeared. "You're one of us now." I thought it was just a gimmick, but the nightmare began that very night. I heard footsteps circling my house in the dead of night, even though I lived alone. When I looked out the window, I saw the silhouette of someone standing at a distance, watching me. I told myself it was all in my head, but the nights grew worse. A few days later, I received a strange email. It contained a photo of my bedroom taken from an angle I'd never seen before. I began to suspect someone had been in my house. I changed every password I had, but the emails kept coming. The photos became clearer, and a shadowy figure began appearing in the corners. I searched for Silent Voices online, but there was no trace of the website. It was as if it didn't exist. Sleep became impossible, and fear consumed me. One night, I heard knocking on my bedroom door, even though I had locked every door and window before bed. Finally, I packed my things and left my house, but it didn't help. The messages and photos followed me. I don't know how this will end, but one thing is clear. This website isn't just a website. It's a trap from which there's no escape. My name is Andrew, and I'm 29 years old. In my free time, I love diving into obscure corners of the internet, searching for conspiracy theories, mysteries, and supernatural tales. Rarely does my curiosity lead me to danger, until I encountered the Black Rabbit. It started on an uneventful night. I stumbled across a long abandoned forum. Most of the threads were years old, except one post that caught my eye. When I clicked, it redirected me to a strange page filled with flickering, handwritten-like text that read, "Welcome to the truth no one dares to uncover." The site contained nothing but a series of broken-looking links. Clicking them led to creepy audio files and videos, things like a child's laughter in the dark or someone speaking an unrecognizable language. The most unsettling part was a section called The Chosen List, and my name was on it. I thought it was a coincidence until I received a mysterious text from an untraceable number. It read, "Don't look back at 3 a.m. I didn't understand it, but I ignored it. The next night, I woke up to the sound of footsteps in my living room. I grabbed a flashlight and investigated, but found no one. The rocking chair was moving slowly, creaking eerily. Returning to the website, I noticed the homepage had changed. Now it displayed a high-angle video of my house. It was as if someone was watching me. Terrified, I tried to shut down my computer, but every reboot led back to the same site. Days later, I started having nightmares. I saw a black rabbit with glowing red eyes whispering my name. I tried to erase every trace of the site, but it followed me. I saw glimpses of the rabbit's shadow everywhere, even in my bathroom mirror staring back at me. Desperate, I told a friend, but they didn't believe me. That is, until they received a similar text. The rabbit is watching you. The next night, my friend disappeared without a trace. I fled to another city, hoping to escape. But every time I set up a new computer, the site reappeared. I feel hunted, awake or asleep. The black rabbit is always there. I didn't choose this. It chose me. My name is James, and I'm 31 years old. I've always been fascinated by mysterious internet stories, whether it's unsolved scientific phenomena or supernatural tales that seem ripped straight from fiction. But I never thought my curiosity would lead me down a rabbit hole I couldn't escape. One night I came across a thread on a forgotten forum. The post had no author name and seemed like a cryptic riddle. It mentioned a website called The Hole Within, with a chilling warning. Don't enter unless you're ready to face a truth you'll never forget. Such a warning only fueled my curiosity. I used a VPN and a secure browser to access the site. The homepage was pitch black, with a single phrase, "Enter our world." Without hesitation, I clicked, and that was the beginning of my nightmare. The first thing I saw was a series of eerie videos, seemingly real footage of abandoned places. Flickering lights and shadowy movements crept through every frame. None of the videos had an ending. I felt hypnotized, unable to stop watching. When I tried to leave the site, my screen filled with unreadable text, as if written in an alien language. Then one phrase appeared in English. "Now you're part of us." After that night, every time I turned on my computer, the website would open automatically. Sometimes whispers emanated from my speakers, even when everything was turned off. Then the strange occurrences began. I heard knocking at my door late at night, but no one was there. I started dreaming of a dark shadow standing in the corner of my bedroom watching me. A friend I confided in decided to visit the site himself. The next day he mentioned seeing strange things in his house. A week later, he disappeared without a trace. The most terrifying part was the nightly texts I began receiving. They simply read, "Go deeper." I tried disconnecting entirely, shutting off my internet, buying a new phone, but nothing worked. I don't know how this will end, or if it ever will. I'm just another victim, sucked into this rabbit hole, unable to find a way out. My name is Carl, and I'm 32 years old. As a web developer fascinated by internet mysteries, I often explore forgotten and abandoned websites. But this time, it was different, darker and far more terrifying than anything I'd encountered before. One cold winter night, I came across an old forum that hadn't been active for years. The latest post seemed like an invitation. It read, "Are you brave enough to look deeper?" with a cryptic link attached. Curiosity got the better of me, and I clicked the link. The site loaded with a pitch-black background and only the words, "Enter the rabbit hole," along with a small button that said "Proceed." I pressed it, and what I saw made my heart race. The website displayed videos of dark, empty rooms with eerie shadows moving at the edges of the screen. A whispering sound, like someone sobbing, grew louder with each video. At the end of each clip, a message appeared. "It's watching you." I tried to close the browser, but the close button wouldn't work. The screen flickered and new text appeared. "Don't try to run." Then my computer shut itself down. From that moment, my life changed. I started feeling like I was being watched no matter where I was, at home, at work, even outside. Then the emails began. They had no sender, only messages like, "You've made your choice," accompanied by videos of me sitting at my computer. The horror escalated every day. I began having nightmares of being dragged into a pitch-black hole. In the dreams, glowing red eyes stared at me with hatred. Each time I woke up, I found scratch marks on my skin that I couldn't explain. I told my closest friends, but they just laughed, thinking I was imagining things. That is, until they clicked the same link. The next day, they disappeared without a trace. I tried deleting everything related to the website, but no matter what I did, the link reappeared every time I restarted my computer. It felt like I was trapped, ensnared by this dark force. Every night, the whispers from those videos echoed in my ears. I've come to realize there's no escape from this rabbit hole. It's not just a website, it's a living entity, waiting for me to break. My name is Thomas, and I'm 30 years old. I have a habit of diving deep into obscure corners of the internet, looking for strange stories or mysteries most people have never heard of. But one night I stumbled into a rabbit hole too deep to climb out of. It began on an ordinary evening while I browsed through old forums. I came across a deleted post, but one link remained recoverable. It led me to a website called The Red Veil. The homepage contained nothing but the words, "Will you lift the veil?" I felt uneasy, but curiosity got the better of me. Clicking the link revealed a page full of bizarre videos and photos, shadows in empty rooms, looping audio of someone repeating, "Do you see it?" I began to feel an oppressive weight, as though someone was watching me. My screen flickered, and the lights in my room briefly went out. Panicked, I closed the website. Minutes later, I received an email from an anonymous sender. The message read, "Are you ready to truly see?" That night, I woke up with the distinct feeling that someone was in my room. Turning on the light, I saw nothing but my rocking chair moving slowly, without cause. I tried convincing myself it was just the wind, but the soft whisper of my name shattered that illusion. The following night, I returned to the website. This time, the homepage had changed. It showed a video of me sitting at my computer, with a shadowy figure slowly moving closer in the background. I tried tracing the video's origin, but the entire site seemed designed to toy with my mind. Soon I started dreaming of shadowy strangers. They stared at me with lifeless eyes. I tried deleting everything connected to the Red Veil, but it seemed to haunt every device I owned, even those I had just purchased. One night I heard the sound of shattering glass from the bathroom. When I went to check, the mirror reflected not just me, but a distorted version of myself. The reflection moved independently and whispered, "They're waiting for you," before disappearing. Now I can't tell what's real anymore. I don't know if I'll ever escape this rabbit hole or if I should have lifted the veil in the first place. My name is Michael, and I'm 27 years old. One of my hobbies is exploring obscure and eerie corners of the internet. But recently I stumbled upon something that changed my life forever. It all began on a cold winter night when I came across a seemingly abandoned forum. One post caught my attention titled, "Do you see something in the shadows?" The post contained only a cryptic sentence and a single link. Driven by curiosity, I clicked it. The link led to a website with nothing but a black background and an eerie whispering sound. There was only one button that said, "Enter our world." I pressed the button and found myself on a site filled with unsettling short video clips and photographs. Each file appeared to be real, like CCTV footage capturing inexplicable events. Someone staring blankly into a camera in a dark room, or a shadow moving slowly down a narrow corridor. A chilling paranoia crept over me, but my curiosity pushed me to keep exploring. Messages began popping up in the site's chat. A user named Zeno sent me a question. "Do you ever feel like someone's watching you?" It wasn't just the site's content that unsettled me. It felt like it was playing with my mind. I couldn't stop clicking, even though it felt like something was in my house. That night, I heard a scream outside my window. When I checked, nothing was there. The next day, I received an email from an anonymous sender. It contained a picture of a black shadow in the corner of a room that looked exactly like my bedroom. I tried to trace the sender but found nothing. I became increasingly paranoid. From then on, I felt like shadows lurked in my home. I moved to sleep in the living room and avoided staying in the dark alone. But every time I fell asleep, I dreamt of a dark figure staring at me. I tried to disconnect from the website, but the link would appear on my computer, even after clearing my history. I started noticing the shadow growing closer to me, as if it was trying to convey a message. One night, in a dream, I spoke to it. "What do you want?" I asked. Its response was chilling. "Life." The sound jolted me awake. I found my room overturned, as if someone had been there. Unable to bear it, I moved to a new house. But the link appeared on my new computer, and the shadow followed. Every night it stood at the foot of my bed staring with unseen eyes. I don't know when this will end, or if it ever will. Have you ever heard the term white rabbit? Many think it's just an online cultural reference, but recently, I experienced something that changed my life forever. It all started one late night when I opened my browser, searching for something mysterious to read before bed. It turned out to be the biggest mistake of my life. Scrolling through an online forum, I stumbled upon a post that read, "Follow the white rabbit and you'll find answers." My curiosity got the better of me, and my name is Ethan, 28 years old, and I love spending time online searching for strange and intriguing stories. One day, I stumbled upon a forum thread discussing rabbit holes on the internet, topics that pull you in so deeply that you can't escape. These included conspiracy theories, mysterious tales, and bizarre videos that no one should ever watch. That night, I decided to step across the line into dangerous territory. It began with a small, outdated website that barely looked credible. The site had links that led further and further down a labyrinth of information. Each click felt like descending into another dimension. The videos I encountered grew increasingly unsettling, showing people seemingly forced to perform unnatural acts, accompanied by distant screams. It felt as though someone was watching me from behind as I stared at the screen. Eventually, I reached the final page. There was a downloadable file named thetruth.mp4. I hesitated, but curiosity won. I opened the video and saw something terrifying. Myself. I was sitting at my desk, staring blankly at the screen, as though the video knew I was watching it. In the video, a shadow moved behind me, a face that was inhuman, with a chilling gaze. It stared directly at me, and suddenly the video cut off. At the same moment, my computer screen went black. I turned around, but there was nothing there. The following nights, I started hearing strange noises around the house, knocking at the door when no one was there, footsteps when I was alone. Every time I revisited the forum, others were sharing their own eerie experiences. Some had disappeared, while others spoke of seeing things that shouldn't exist. Every time I turned off my bedroom lights, I felt like someone was standing in the corner. I tried convincing myself it was just my imagination, but as time passed, I became sure it wasn't. I never reopened that video or returned to that site. But what I had started seemed impossible to stop. Icked the link attached. That's where the horror began. The link led me to what appeared to be an abandoned website. The homepage displayed a crudely drawn rabbit. But every time I tried to close the tab, whispers from my computer speakers would say, "Don't leave." Chilled to the bone, I couldn't help but keep exploring. The next page was a video of bizarre experiments. A figure in a wolf mask was reading a book silently. There was no narration, but I began to feel as though someone was watching me. Soon a pop-up appeared on the screen. "Where are you?" My name was typed into the message, which horrified me. Panicked, I tried shutting down my computer, but the videos kept playing. I started noticing a pattern in the video captions. It was a code that led me deeper into the site. This path revealed content seemingly tied to secret organizations and unethical experiments. Strange sounds began echoing in my room even when I muted my computer. It made me wonder if something else was in the dark room with me. I had to stop. I couldn't sleep that night. By the second night, I started seeing faint shadows pass behind my screen. On the final night before I decided to wipe my computer, I received an email from an anonymous sender. Its subject line simply read, "Welcome to the shadows."